Sneaker world. Welcome back, man. Welcome back to the Sneaker God podcast. I'm your host, JT the Cool Soul. Back up in this thing, man. I know it's been a little minute since I made an episode or did some shows, man. But I'm back, man, and I got a shoe that everybody was waiting on, but it seemed like it didn't kick off like a lot of people thought it was going to, bro. And it's one of them shoes that you got to ask yourself, do you need it or do you not? If you got the old pair, do you really need the new pair? It's one of those type of situations. Then we're going to talk about another shoe that I saw. And I was like, bro, I think y'all should have dropped these. I'm not going to say instead, but they should have came along with dropping this shoe. But first shoe we're going to talk about, man, that, got the streets buzzing or kind of don't got the streets buzzing. We're going to talk about the Air Jordan Infrared 6s, man, the reimagined versions. But we also got to bring up the 2019 pair. Because you really got to ask yourself, man, do you need the new pair if you got the 2019 pair? Now, let's break down this Air Jordan 6, bro. Now, we all know this is by far a classic pair of shoes, hands down. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of which one you got. We all know Jordan won his first championship in the 6, bro. Like, that's how legendary this shoe is. So for them to bring it back, I do gotta commend them. Like, hey, it's a classic shoe, but you brought it back in a whole new version. Now, what I mean in a whole new version is they put more of the red at the bottom that ain't on the OG. Then you also got the Nike in red that you don't got on OG pairs, black. So the question is this version of the shoe better than the old? Now, for me, when I looked at this shoe, I'm like, bro, this is a good shoe. You know what I'm saying? I will say the new buck that they used on here is a little more plush than the old one, but it's not like super noticeable, bro. But it did give it, a good touch. Adding, like I say, adding that red Nike sign on it was cool to me. Now, the difference of the two that I saw that was big time for me was the red. Like, this one has more infrared. This one has like regular red. Like, it's red. I'll give it that. You know what I'm saying? But this was a shoe that I said, like, I feel if you got this pair, you don't really need this new pair unless you just want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is a good shoe. I do like it. It's a classic in my book. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because as a kid, this was the very first Air Jordan I got, was the Infrared 6. Like, man, this shoe was like legendary in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't take much away from it at all, even though a lot of people really wasn't rocking with this. Like, they're not that hard to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people was first talking about them coming back out, it seemed like it had a bigger buzz before the shoe dropped. And then it seemed like once it dropped, people was just like, I could take it or I could leave it. And I can understand why, because me personally, I'm okay with just having this pair. You know what I'm saying? Like, this pair to me is still just as good as this pair. Like, that's what made me not get this pair. Shout out my boy Mike. You know what I'm saying? This is his shoe. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I was just like, bro, I'm not gonna get them infrared sixes, bro. Like, I don't need them. You know what I'm saying? Like, my OG pair to me was still just as good. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you got to make that sneaker decision. Like, do you really need them or do you not? And I was one of the people that I was like, nah, this shoe I'm gonna pass on. Now, if you don't got this OG pair, yeah, I'm gonna say you need these. Like, you would need this because they did still do remarkable on this shoe. Or even if you do got the OG, and you just want the shoe because you want it, cool. But like I say, it's not a lot of huge differences other than the feel of the new buck. Like I say, that's different. Even the feel of just, the back of the ankle part. You know what I'm saying? Like that's slightly different. You know what I'm saying? But here's where the big part of the difference of having this pair to me is with this pair. Cause it's like 3M in the middle of this one and the OG one. But you don't get that in this one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they decided to not go that route with this one. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not mad at it, but I just think that probably would have added a little more, oomph to the shoe. You know what I'm saying? But for this to be like an original sample pair that we seen back in the day and for them to bring it out, I thought it was legendary. You know what I'm saying? Like we've all seen this shoe in the East Bay book back in the day. Shout out to East Bay. I know you youngsters don't understand that. Like that's what I would say. That was our social media of seeing sneakers. Like seeing this in the East Bay and seeing it made this way was legendary. You know what I'm saying? So for them to bring it out, I thought it was dope. Did it get received like it should? Nah, it didn't. It didn't fly off the shelves. Like this is still an easy shoe to get. Now I do like what they did with the box. You know what I'm saying? Just to give it something slightly different. It's not major. It's still the same as this box. It's just brown. You know what I'm saying? Like that was something slightly different. Could it have been something better? Yeah, we all know that. But I can't tell you the last time we've got a great Nike box from Jordan brand in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So these are dope. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I got them when I was a kid. Legendary story. My birthday. Opened that box. Got this shoe. Like I say, the oohs and ahs in the background as a kid was like legendary. I think I was turning 7. Like it was legendary to touch this shoe. You know what I'm saying? So it is a dope shoe. I don't know, man. Like this time around, it just didn't wow me to where it was like I had to have it. Cause I feel like if I buy it, bro, it might just sit. It might not even get a go because, hey, these are still in great condition. And we talking 2019. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are still just in great condition. And I guess my theory was I just like the way this one looks better. You know what I'm saying? Like this one just it screamed, you know what I'm saying, that 1991 to me. You know what I'm saying, as a kid. Cause it's like, this is what I remember the shoe looking like as a 7-year-old kid, opposed to this one. And it's not that like I say, it's not that it's bad. It's just, yeah, you made those changes and you brought us something that's a part of, I guess I could say, history, because like I say, it's a sample pair and it was in that East Bay book, but to have it in the OG form, I just gonna always have that slightly better. Like I say, it's not a bad shoe. I think you should go copy. Like I said, if you don't got these, if you do got these and you just want these to say you got the total package of, oh, I got the sample pair and I got the OG pair. That's cool. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But as of now, bro, I'm just making different sneaker selections that I feel like I need to have more than these. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I looked at it. Like I say, still a great shoe. Now, we all know Niecy Nash, shout out her, great actress. She played the genie in the sneaker for this one this year. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was cool because we all know in my time it was Little Richard. That's who played the sneaker genie for the Air Jordan 6 when I was a kid. And to watch Niecy Nash in a commercial, I thought was cool. But this is where it got interesting for me. When they gave her own Air Jordan 6, bro. Listen, that brown satin Air Jordan 6 is super amazing, dog. Like, that's the shoe we should have got. I'm not saying we shouldn't have got this shoe, But that brown one, bro. Now I feel like if y'all would have dropped that shoe, I think that would have went crazy, bro. Like to see that satin and that brown on that six, bro. Like, cause I don't know what it is, but right now it seems like brown tone shoes have like really been making a staple since Travis Scott did his mochas. Since I just seen Shay got a brown Converse out. Like I just think brown is just really making a stance right now. And when I seen this shoe, bro, I was like, all right, Jordan Brand, we really could have got these. You know what I'm saying? Not like I say, once again, not to say these couldn't have dropped, but I just think you should have delivered both. You know what I'm saying? But I guess in their mind, they would have been like, boy, if we'd have dropped that brown one, y'all really wouldn't have thought about these. And that could have been, and I get it. It is a 1-on-1. We probably ain't gonna never see it. And DC Nash, you probably got one of the best Air Jordan 6s known to sneaker people. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely giving you that credit. Like you hands down got a classic shoe that I think a lot of us want to get our hands on. You know what I'm saying? Like I honestly think it's time for Sixers to get the Air Jordan 4 run. I'ma always use that as the example. Like the Air Jordan 4 got one of the greatest runs still that we still talking about in 2026. Sixers need that run. Like if they can get that type of run, this would be the shoe that starts it off. Like these brown sixes is just they amazing. They almost give me the same vibe I got from the Fresh Prince when he did his satin pair of fives. Like one of my favorites. And I think this six is right there with the mix on that one. Like that's the shoe I would have loved to have, bro. Like I would have went all out for that one. But like I said, to see both these shoes side by side, like I say, I mean they really the same, bro. I really just think it's a preference at this point of what you really want. Oh, one other thing I give it. I will say the black on the newer pair is a little darker. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a small difference, but it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to these, man, it's just really gonna go off of preference of what you want, what you're looking for in a sneaker, and how you really feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I per se didn't need them, and I'ma always go for OGs now. You know what I'm saying? Especially the sixes, because this I always tell people this is where my story takes off for me. It's not where it starts, but this is where it takes off. You know what I'm saying? Because this was the very first shoe I had as a kid, and it was a game changer for me. We talking back in 1991, like having these in 1991. I always say in real timing was like amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like watching Mike play in the shoe, and then you have the shoe on. It really did make you feel like you was Mike. You know what I'm saying? So for them to bring it back out in a newer form, I still think it's great. We all know that today's kids, they not up on OGs, bro. I just think that's not their lane. And I get it. They really just into what they're into. It's like we can't force them to love OGs, but now I don't want y'all just to be out here disrespecting OGs either. You know what I'm saying? It's still a classic shoe, but it just seems like it's more of the older cats who are really dibbling dabbling with the OGs. And even I'm starting to think that might be coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, when I look at this shoe and I look at this one, they so similar to where it was like, I don't really need it. And that's when I knew I'm like, okay, the Jordan OG effect I think is dwindling down. Like even I said, once I get, the certain amount of OGs I know I need and want, I may not need to see OGs again for some years, bro. At least I'm probably I I crazy to say probably in my mid 50s. You know what I'm saying? When I may need to see some OGs again. Like I think the OG thing needs to sit for a while. You know what I'm saying? Once we get everything we really need out of OGs, they make it sit for a minute. And that ain't gonna be a bad thing, bro. I just think it's time for Jordan Brand to go back to the drawing board and really just start cooking up some things. And I know y'all could do it, but like I said, for us to see this Satin Air Jordan 6, that lets me know I'm like, okay, y'all can really cook some stuff up when y'all need to, but we all know Jordan Brand, bro. They iffy. You never know what you're gonna get from them, and that's cool. But y'all tell me, man, was this a shoe you went after? Is it a shoe you like, nah, I didn't need it? Was you like, oh, I was happy to get it? Cause like I say, it's still a great shoe. You still gonna get a good pair of sixes out of this. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you like, nah, I like it to stay in OG form, or I'm cool with, the remix of it. You know what I'm saying? Even for them to put this little card on here, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was neat. It feel like it giving a whole sample vibe. Even for them to put that little sample thing in here, I don't know, you probably can't see it. But for them to put that little sample word in there, I thought that was dope. It's giving it everything that you would get from a sample shoe. Because trust me, we don't get samples that often. So for us to get it, I thought it was dope. But me, I was cool with my pair, bro. Like I didn't feel like I needed to have the new pair. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody who did get them. You know what I'm saying? Or who did want them. But hopefully, I don't even gonna say hopefully. If you don't got these right now, you want them, they're everywhere. Not a hard shoe to get. Easy right now. Cause like I say, people ain't up on OGs, bro. Like it's not. I almost want to say cats is overlooking sixes as is. Like I don't even know the last big time Air Jordan 6 I've seen that went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Even when these dropped, bro, back in 2019, they wasn't hard to get. Like I remember going into the store like almost like a week later, and they still had big sizes in it. So I don't know what made it seem like these was gonna do different, because when I think back to 2019, I'm just like, damn, it didn't fly off the shelf then, but it was such a hype and a big talk for these, and like I say, it didn't fly off the shelf. But like I say, that just lets me know OGs is coming to an end. But I still love them, still gonna cop them. Die hard fan of sixes, like I say, beginning of my story. But y'all tell me, man, is this a cop for y'all, a drop? You like, nah, I catch it later, and that's cool too. But classic shoe, both ways. I love them. I mean, but y'all let me know about that too, also, bro. Do you think OGs is running this course? Like, has Jordan Brand made the OG just not important no more? But y'all tell me. I am happy to be back, getting back up in this mix, man. You know what I'm saying? Had to take a little time off for some personal reasons, but I'm back in this thing now, bro. We back talking sneakers as always. But hope y'all had a good time, man. Your boy JT the Cool Soul. I'm out. Peace.